Hi, I'm Dr. Janine Johnson. I'm a chiropractic physician. I've been in clinical practice for 24 years. You're watching this video because you or someone you care about is suffering with migraine headaches. And yes, I said suffering because that's what happens when you have migraine headaches. It robs you of your life. I've had a few in my lifetime, and I can tell you it's like someone taking an ice pick and stabbing it in your eye. Sometimes you'll get visual changes before the migraine starts. Sometimes you don't. You'll get nauseated, become light sensitive. My mentor, Dr. Michael L. Johnson, also a migraine sufferer. He really suffered. He had 2 to 3 migraine headaches a week for 9 years. He really lost out on a lot of his life because of it. His family would be on vacation. He'd be in a dark room waiting for his headache to pass. He would be in the office, suffering with a migraine headache, would have to run downstairs, get sick, clean himself up, go back up and see patients. That continued for 9 years until he was introduced to Dr. Frederick Carrick. Now, Dr. Carrick is the country's leading chiropractic neurologist, and he's the only chiropractic fellow. He followed the protocols that Dr. Carrick laid out for him, and he is now migraine-free. He's had no migraine headaches since 1998. Now, some migraine headache sufferers will use Imitrex, sometimes Topamax, and Topamax is actually an anti-seizure medication that's given to epileptics. What they found was, by giving this to even migraine sufferers, that it calms down or slows down the brain. What I want to do is talk to you today about migraine headaches from the standpoint of the chiropractic neurology. Why do people get migraine headaches? Good question. In the brainstem, there's 3 parts to the brainstem: the upper, or the top, the middle, and the bottom. The mesencephalon, the pons, and the medulla. The upper brainstem starts to overfire. The lower brainstem should slow that down. With migraine sufferers, this does not happen. This overfiring in the brain causes the blood vessels in the brain to quickly, rapidly constrict and then dilate. This is called cortical spreading defect. Another problem that migraine sufferers will have is nausea. In the upper brainstem, there's something called the nucleus tractus solitarius. And that is where the vagus nerve lives. And that goes down into your gut. That gets affected. Now, if the upper brainstem is overfiring, it's going to cause you to vomit. So what do we do to help you? What do I do? Well, from a neurological standpoint, we're going to evaluate you. We're going to do what's called a functional neurological evaluation. What that means is I'm going to do an evaluation, a physical evaluation. It does not hurt. We're going to do a physical evaluation. We can see what's happening with your brain without the use of needles or an MRI. Find out where those brain deficits are. Where is your brain not firing the way it should? We're going to use brain-based therapies. We're going to use what's called unilateral adjusting. Now, you may have heard that the right side of the brain controls the left and the left controls the right, and that's true. We're going to find out where your brain is not firing the way it should. We're going to adjust you in such a way so that we can get your brain to fire the way it is intended. We may do an osseous or a bony adjusting, but more than likely with a migraine sufferer, we're going to start off with what's called an activator. That's an instrument, or an arthrostim, which is another instrument, and it's going to stimulate that brain in a very gentle but effective way. We may also put goggles on you. With these goggles on where we cover one eye, we're going to have you go through eye exercises to find out where your brain isn't firing. You may look for what's called nystagmus, that's abnormal movement of the eyes. We may do auditory stim, putting sound in one ear so we can stimulate the brain, visual stimulation, checkerboard pattern, big letters with small letters. Olfactory stim, that means smell. We're going to have you smell certain things which are going to stimulate the brain. Smell is one sense that goes directly to the brain. All the other senses go through the thalamus up into the cortex. We're going to use a warm caloric, squirting water into the ear, bounces off the eardrum, stimulates the semicircular canals, fires up the vestibular nerve, the cerebellum, the lower brainstem, and the upper brainstem. And last, we may do what's called auricular therapy, which is acupressure points along the ear are going to affect brain function. So a lot of things you probably haven't heard about, haven't even been considered before. The other piece to this is the metabolic testing. We're going to look at your biochemistry. We're going to do a complete blood work, complete metabolic panel, a CBC with autodifferential, looking at the red and white blood cells, looking at do a complete thyroid panel, a complete lipid panel, looking at all your liver, all your organ functions to see what's going on, see what may not be working the way it should. We'll have you do a spit test, a saliva test, and we can check your adrenal function. What's happening with the cortisol, the DHEA, melatonin. See, when you wake up in the morning, you should be ready to go all day long, and at nighttime, you're ready to go to sleep. Now, people with chronic health problems are up at 3 o'clock in the morning and dead tired at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We need to know where your specific problems are. We're going to check you for food sensitivities. We're going to check you for gluten, egg, soy, yeast, and milk. Because you can be sensitive to these things and not even know it, and have your sensitivity express itself in other things like increased inflammation, which can trigger these headaches. We're going to check you for other food sensitivities, a variety of foods that you may be sensitive to. Potato, coffee, rice, a variety of foods you might be sensitive to, you don't even realize it's causing a problem. One thing you have to remember is if you have a gut problem, a gut inflammation, you're going to have problems with your brain. What we say, if there's fire in the belly, there's fire in the brain. So we got to reduce inflammation. We also got to check you for bacteria in your gut, yeast, fungus, H. pylori, dysbiosis, and abnormal bacteria in your gut. We're going to check your neurotransmitter in your brain. We're going to check you for inflammation. We may check you for male and female, check your male and female hormones. All these things can affect migraine headaches. So that's the metabolic piece. Now typically at this point in time, people are asking themselves, that sounds great, I'd love to do it, I wonder if my insurance will cover it. I can tell you this, insurance covers very little to none of what I do. So if you're receiving care in my office is based on what if your insurance is going to cover most of this or all this, then you're going to be disappointed. I can't help you. I can tell you this, people that truly want care in my office can afford to get care in my office because we have ways of helping you, assist you along that path. So there are ways if you truly want to do this. The greatest frustration that I see with people is they go through a long time of trying to get help. Their insurance is paying for things. They're hoping it's going to work out and help them, and in reality, it doesn't really give them much help at all. They become frustrated. They start to lose hope. They realize they're losing out more and more of their health and their life, and they're just tired of it. They're tired of the insanity of doing the same thing over and over again and not getting really any results. If you're the type of person that's ready to take charge of your health and your life, then there's a very good chance that I can help you. What you need to do is call my office, schedule a consultation. My number is 231-882-5533. Call and get yourself scheduled for a consultation. You can also check out our website, www.crystallakechiro.com. You can check me out on YouTube. Just type in my name, Dr. Janine, Janine Johnson. My videos should come up. Also, you can call and get a copy of my book, Solving the Mystery of Your Chronic Conditions, A Patient's Guide. I'm looking forward to helping you and changing your life because this really does work. My name is Dr. Janine Johnson, and thank you for your time.